Greetings, Earthlings. Chris here from SyberSquad. I promised myself I would not stop using the device that I have today until I actually made the video. So 2 months later, I suffered through this for you. And there was a bit of suffering involved. But today we have the ZeroLemon 8500 milliamp hour battery case for the Nexus 6P. So anyway, if you have a need for some really long battery life and you have a Nexus 6P, then this ZeroLemon case might be the one for you. Right off the bat, you can see what one of the biggest drawbacks is. This thing is a beast. It is thick, it's huge, it's heavy. That was the case, making noise. Yeah, this is big, and it's about a pound. So, I mean, you could theoretically use this as a personal defense device and knock someone on the floor with it, knock someone out with it. But it's a big phone. It's a big phone, as you can see. Look at that. Look at that there. Now, it's not a bad device. I've been using it, like I said, for about 2 months because I wanted to try it out. I wanted to do it for just a couple of weeks or a month, but I put off this video and put off this video and put off this video and promised myself that I was going to use it until I actually made the video. So here we are. And plus, I'm too lazy to take it out of the case and put it back in and take it out and put it back in and take it out. And, you know, you got it. You get it, right? So right off the bat, it's an 8500 milliamp hour battery, which almost triples the battery life of the phone. The battery life of the Nexus 6P is 3,450 milliamp hours. And yeah, I'm looking at notes over here, so I don't remember all this stuff. My memory is not what it used to be. So yeah, so it almost triples your battery life. You could get about 2.5 charges out of the device. Not only is it a battery case, but it's actually fairly protective. It has this I can't remember the name of it. This outer shell. I'll put it down. I'll put it right here below me so you can see what it's called. But it's a plastic of some kind. I can't remember exactly what it is. But it's got a nice shell and it fits around it pretty well. You know, you're not gonna. It's not gonna. And it's not flush with the. It goes around the outside of the glass, so the glass isn't going to fall. You know, if it falls on it, it's going to fall. It's not going to scratch the glass, which is nice. That's a plus. That's one of the things I like. I tend to use very thin cases like this, form-fitting cases that will protect your protect the foam, protect the foam. And this one is from Adopted that I actually got when I got my Nexus 6P. But it's very thin, and as you can see, since it fits right in since the phone fits inside of it, you can see how thin the actual Nexus 6P is without it, or with it, you know, in itself. This one, not so much. As you can see, it's about 1 inch thick. It's almost 1 inch thick, not quite, but it's very thick. It's very big. It's got the ZeroLemon down here, so you can see who it is you're buying your phone, who's protecting your phone and giving you extra battery life. But like I said, 8,500 milliamp hours. That's about what it's about enough to charge your phone 2.5 times. I was able to get almost 3 days out of the phone. I charged it all the way up, charged the phone all the way up, charged the battery case all the way up, and was able to get, without plugging it in at all, about almost 3 days out of it, which isn't bad. I have a tendency, just out of habit, to plug it in like when I'm in my car and things. So I do that by habit, but you don't have to. Not with this case. Like I said, though, the size and the heft, it takes a while to get used to. I've been using it for a couple of months, so I'm kind of used to it at this point. But you could actually, you know, work out with this thing and probably get a pretty good bicep going right there with this this little bad boy. It's pretty heavy. It's almost, I think it's almost a pound with the phone inside of it. I'll take it apart before I'm done, just so you guys can see all the different parts of it. So anyway, it's heavy. So if you don't have good pockets or you don't like big thick things in your pockets, I wouldn't really you probably wouldn't want to use this one. Next is it's very thick. The battery inside is, you can see how deep the phone is inside the case. Here's the fingerprint reader and the camera. It's pretty well indented in there. And on the back here you can see the lights. If you push the button, you can push this button right here. It'll tell you how charged the battery is, and each one is 25%. So my battery, the external battery, is charged to 75% right now. And then if you hold it for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, then it'll start charging your phone. It doesn't just suck battery off the automatically off the suck off the battery to use the phone. You have to actually turn it on. It charges the phone. It's pretty quick. It's not quick charging by any means, but it does a pretty good job. But like I said, these indents are huge. If you might have to, if you're a big user of the fingerprint reader, you might have to retrain your phone so that you can. It might not be able to get your whole finger in there, depending on how big. I had a pretty fat finger, so but I trained from all different angles and the tip and things so that I'd be able to use it whichever way I'm holding the phone. And then also up here we have there's this big indentation where the camera is, and a lot of people have reported that when they took pictures, they would see black outlines around the picture. But I never saw that problem. I use the phone quite a bit for taking pictures and taking videos. I'm not sure exactly what the difference is, but just so you know, some people have reported that. The indentations are huge. You really have to stick your finger in there to... Anyway, another issue with the phone is that could be an issue, could not be. It depends on if you're a big user of NFC for like things like Android Pay or transferring data back and forth, information back and forth from your phone to another device or to another person. It's kind of hit and miss. There's a big thick case with a battery right behind. There's a battery between this case and the phone where the NFC antenna is. So it's kind of hit and miss as to whether or not you're going to be able to get an NFC signal. I'm not a big user of Android Pay. I probably should use it more, but I haven't. So from what I've heard, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It depends a lot, I think, on the receiver and how good the receiver is, how new it is, how much power it has, things like that, how much interference there is in the area, and how close you can actually get get the case onto the actual device. You might not be able to just do it real close. You might have to put it on there and leave it on there for a bit and make it work. I haven't tried that, so I can't really give you guidelines on that. Otherwise, it does what it's supposed to do. The Wi-Fi works fine. I have not had any problems with Wi-Fi signal or LTE signal or anything like that. So I mean, I've perfect phone, perfect Wi-Fi, no problems at all. No problems at all with that. It doesn't hurt the antennas at all. Just like I said, the NFC can be problematic. Next, let's see the buttons. Oh, the buttons. I don't know if you can see these, but there's the volume up and down and up, and the power button right here. Here, I'll put it next to the microphone so you can hear this. They give a good. It's a good kind of indentate, kind of click to indicate that you've clicked it one way or the other, and it does a very good job of recording, of actually getting your click in there. It's not like some I've had where you push it and you gotta kind of really crank it in there. Once you push it, it's up or it's down or it's on or it's off or whatever you're trying to do. It works really well. So there's that. And then it has an actual, one of the things about it is this is not the actual USB-C port. This is the USB-C port for the battery, and then it's got to pass through into the phone, because the phone one is right in the I'm sorry, the phone one is right in the. It's hard to get used to this. This using a different camera, kind of a different view, so it's kind of hard for me to get used to doing it this way. The phone, the USB-C port for the phone is right in the middle of the phone. So what happens is the battery pack plugs into that, and then there's a pass through, and then there's this latch right on here that. And it's actually a really nice design. Whatever they did to it, here I'll put it up closer so you can see it. And it's just, there's the USB-C port right there. And then when you click it, it actually clicks and it kind of locks. It's not a tough lock. You kind of have to get a good fingernail in there to get it off. But it locks pretty good. And it stays there. It's not going to go flipping and flopping all over the place like some of these places, some of these things. Yeah, so that is actually a really nice feature, and it stays. I mean, I've been using it for a couple months, and it's not like it's wearing out or pressing out. Maybe after a year or something, it would start falling off, but it clicks in there really good. So whatever this rubber is, like I said before, it works pretty good. Or this plastic, I should say. It does a pretty good job of sealing this thing up really well. Lastly, the charging. Like I said, the charging, it takes, I'm trying to think, to fully charge your phone from probably an hour, maybe a little less. Probably, I didn't do a lot of that. I mean, I usually end up charging it when it's 50% or 75%, and it takes a short amount of time. It's not really, really long. It's not quick charging. It's not going to charge in 10 minutes. And if you have a quick charger, I don't even think this uses quick charging. 6P uses quick charging, but if you have a quick charger type thing, it's not going to work with this battery. But it's pretty fast. And the only thing I've noticed, when the battery is fully charged, the battery pack is fully charged, so you have 4 lights showing up here when you hit the button, like that. When the battery pack is fully charged and the camera or the phone is not, if the phone is, say, 80-70% charged, the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to plug it in, and it's supposed to charge the phone. The order it's supposed to charge is charge the phone up to 100% and then charge the battery pack, from the plug. But I've had a issue where I've noticed that when the battery pack is fully charged and you plug in the phone, you plug it in, the phone doesn't charge. It just kind of the little charging symbol just kind of blinks on and off, and it doesn't charge. And I'm not figured out whether or not that's a feature, whether it was supposed to work that way, or whether I have a bad device, or what the story is on that. So that's something to keep in mind. What I do, though, generally is I'll just turn on the battery, so let this battery pack charge the phone for a short amount of time, and then once that gets down, gets it up to whatever, then I'll plug it in, and then it recharges the battery pack, and everything's hunky dory after that point. But maybe it's just that maybe I'm just not understanding the way this is supposed to work. But so that's the way it is. Charging is, it's pretty good. Other than that one little issue, it does a pretty good job. So what I'll do right now is I'll take this. I'm gonna try and take this apart. I'll angle the phone down, or I'll angle the camera down, and I'll let you see what this looks like. So anyway, it's got this kind of outer shell. I know this is going to be a pain to get out. I know it was a pain to get in, and I forget exactly what. Oh, there we go. So you really gotta kind of, if you don't have nails or strong fingers, you maybe want to get a friend to help you with this. But so that's the okay. So there's the outer shell. It's a nice sturdy plastic and rubber, whatever type of material. ZeroLemon, and it does a fairly decent job. It protects the phone, and it keeps everything all in one thing. And this is actually the battery pack right here, the 8500 mil. And just be careful. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Okay, so you take this. Oh, I remember now. There's this outer plastic shell. This is just plain old plastic. This actually keeps the battery and the phone kind of in one piece. So you'd have that there, and then you can take the battery pack off the phone. Just be careful that you don't. Oh, I'm sorry, my mistake. That's not. See, the phone is actually right there. So just be careful that you don't break off this little USB-C connector into the phone. Otherwise, it's going to be a bear to get that sucker back out of there. And you can see how thin this phone is without that battery pack. I mean, it gets a little thicker up here towards the camera, but I love this phone. This is a great phone. So anyway, this is the battery pack, and then that one little end with the piece in there to connect that up, and it's got the hole going through it right there. And then it's got this outer hard shell, and then the outer protective shell. But and there they go. There you go. Okay, so like I said, if you have a Nexus 6P and you're in a real need for massive long battery life, maybe you go hiking and you want to do streaming or recording a video or something along those lines, and you run out of battery really fast, or you use it up, which I would find hard to believe, but sometimes it happens. Maybe you're a big time Pokemon Go player and you just have to have all that battery power. I've seen people carry external battery packs. You don't need to. You can just carry this one device, and it's a little cumbersome, a little hard to get used to. If you don't have bigger hands, it's a little hard to click on things. You might need to use two hands, but it does the job. It's very bulky. It's very heavy. It's hard to get in a pocket and out. I mean, I use my hoodie pocket most of the time to do it. I can't fit it in my pants pocket. It's just too big. Maybe if I'm standing, but if you sit down on this sucker, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna give yourself a hernia or something. I don't know. Break something. You'll break the phone probably more than anything else. But just be careful. So if you need it for that, it's really good. Otherwise, there are some better solutions out there. External battery packs. You can plug in your phone when you don't need it. I wish there was more wireless charging capabilities available for the Nexus 6P, but unfortunately, there's not. But this is the ZeroLemon 8500 milliamp hour battery pack for the Nexus 6P. I hope you like it. You can try it out. I'll put the link down below to the battery pack. It's an affiliate link, so if you click on it, it helps the channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the help I get from you. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, just click that. It's over here, the little bug down here, and subscribe, and you'll be informed of whenever these videos come out. I've got some great stuff planned, some unboxings. I've got 3D printer stuff, making a Pokeball, and got live streams, and maybe even do a little gaming in there too. So it was great to see you, and hope to see you next time. Bye now. Yeah, that's my son. There he is. Listen. You can almost hear him. There he is. Oh, hey. Hope you liked the video you just watched. Please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me a lot. You can connect with me on social media. I'm at Chris K on Twitter. I'm also on Google+, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you like that video, you'll probably like this one and this one. Remember, stay frosty, my friends.